What happened when Will and Courtney tried to make it work after he went home? Whose baby does she end up having? And how many sugar daddies does it take to break a relationship? To answer this and many more questions, allow me to take us back to the beginning. Hello and welcome to Lawd Lukan. It's time to sit back in horror as we recap the Will and Courtney's season 6 escapades. But before we do, big loves to those who've subscribed, you beautiful people, and a bucket of freshly baked cinnamon rolls to the lords and ladies of the Lukan Manor. Now time for our next returning couple, and it's Will and Courtney. You remember Will? He's the nerdy guy with the furry dating app and the strange kinks. Courtney was the girl who liked to do disappearing acts and had a reputation for ghosting everyone when she had a thing to do. Well, yes indeedy, Courtney was looking at some time for being a naughty girl and violating her parole. Lucky parole. That has now got herself in a delightful ensuite room for two. Don't worry though, Courtney. Will is here to soothe your troubles and support your stupid ass.
That's just so responsible, Courtney.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for telling me that.
In a kind of dad who's disappointed in you kind of way. But I can totally see his frustration. She's giving him precious little to cling on to, and is clearly up to who knows what behind his back. So he gives her a response that might just be justified.
Eat that jail food and wait your ass out.
We'll be popping over to Sacramento to see Will and not so much of Courtney. Will, of course, only has a 9-hour drive to do.
I love her, but it's literally 6 weeks after she's gotten out.
Like your mate. Game buster. Well, I'd like to see what happens when this guy busts out some game. Kinda looks like Michael Moore's doing a cameo. And with a look of steely resolve, Will's off to rescue his damsel from the dungeons of Clackamouse County.
I guess I'm going to Portland and gonna pick her up from jail again.
Well, we're not quite sure about that yet. But have you noticed his seating position? Check out how far away from the steering wheel he is. It's like halfway into the back seats. He's like the Hightower of Lalu.
Actually, I was kidding about the front seat, but this is good. It's different.
But Courtney's hoping that all this GHP business hasn't ruined her chances.
I haven't jeopardized my relationship with Will because I need him now more than ever.
Translation, I sure do hope Will's wallet's still open. And poor old Will here is feeling the gentle breeze of where his money used to be.
The amount of money that I spent to get her out of prison, not to mention a wedding that I put together in 24 hours.
Yeah, that Christmas tree proposal and that hairbands for rings basement bar wedding of theirs. Yeah, deceptively expensive, apparently. Although it did have that I threw this together in 24 hours look to it. So, good job.
My heart's telling me to go pick her up.
Yeah, well, that's why heart's not allowed at these meetings anymore. Brain comes along with these good ideas and intentions, and the guts and the butts, so, they're all on board. And then heart pipes up with some stupid idea, and it'll make them all feel bad about it if they don't agree. But I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not like some new sugar daddy looking guy turns up to pick up Courtney instead.
Nobody out here but me.
Hi.
More on that to come. Over to Will and Courtney again, and it's time for her release. The cameras gathers outside, the sugar daddies form an orderly queue, and out pops Courtney.
Hi.
Will, what happened? You look awful. You've got sort of short and bulldogish. So, Mark here is the new Will, who is probably the new Steve, who is probably the new Dave, who is probably the new, you get the point. Well, he might not be, of course. Perhaps I'm just prejudging the situation with my own jaded senses.
Did you get the money I put on?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a friend who happens to be sending him money. There's nothing suspicious about that at all. Mark, Courtney, and her industrial strength camel toe here might just be playing Xbox or something. Let's just give Will a ring and see where he got to. Will's busy jogging by the rail tracks. Does he sort of think he's Rocky all of a sudden? Looks like he's more likely to have a sudden heart attack, judging by the run. And Will's not happy. He tells Courtney that this whole jail thing has blown their chances out of the window, door, and many other orifices.
Will, stop blaming me for this.
Yeah, Will. Stop blaming her for possessing those naughty things and getting arrested for it. It wasn't her fault, so she's probably just holding it for a friend. But it's more than narcotics in the air. Will has caught the fake whiff of Axe deodorant from Sacramento and wants to know more.
Who picked you up?
Mark picked me up.
Who the is Mark?
Well, he's sort of a simpy kind of guy. He smells like divorce and non-payment of child support. Kinda looks like a low-budget Bruce Willis.
My friend who's actually been here for me and been taking care of me.
Yeah, alright, Cupcake, if you say so. But Will's got one more question in the Great Courtney quiz.
Is he the guy that bought you a phone? Is he the guy who bought you $3,000 worth of clothes? Is he the guy who picked you up out of prison?
Ooh, I know this one. It's that Steve Seagal guy from the wedding. He turned up to meet her. He gave her stuff. Must be him, right? Hey, Will, we'd like to lock in the answer. Steve.
No, he's not.
Oh, sorry. Don't need to bite my head off. I'm only playing along. Blimey. So, is Mark just another sugar daddy?
To say he's my sugar daddy is, I don't know, kind of a label.
Yeah, it's just like a label. Yeah, like the label of wife that Will tried to give her. Or the label of mug that she's given him. But, yeah, you know, it's just a label. You know, a label they give to pervy old men with too much money to play with. Plus, he knows about Will. So this piece of shit is the kind of piece of shit that is happy to come on and slide his dirty little paws around another man's woman. All in the name of being charitable. Yeah, sure. I bet the only charity this guy knows works the corner of 5th and Vine. So anyway, you know, he's there rubbing her back, being all low-key lenchy. Totally not a sugar daddy.
He helps me out with some cash every now and then.
But it's not all about the money, you know. She definitely talks about more things than money and, you know, the lack of it.
Like, you only sent me $300, Will. Like, what the am I supposed to do with that besides wipe my ass?
Whoops, her gold digger is showing a little there, I think. Maybe she'll sort that out for the next sentence.
So, are you gonna give me some money so I can get back on my feet?
And if the next words out of Will's mouth aren't, Mark, you're welcome to her. But I think Will might have drifted into the category of you only have yourself to blame. Gladly though, he did go that way, letting her know that he would love to contribute his wages towards her living 10 hours away with a pocket full of sugar daddies to keep her comfy. But on this occasion,
No, it's not happening.
which was music to Simpy Mark's little slimy ears.
I'm here for you. Okay, you have me.
Okay.
Back to Courtney and the new Will, Mark. And doesn't this sort of hand positioning look familiar to you?
Halfway house?
A couple little surprises that should be really fun.
Yes, yes indeed. You could never mistake her for being classy, now could you? Just pay her bills and you get to play with her magic jumping bean all the way home.
Does he not know there's many men out there that would love to take that place?
Mark.
Just saying.
I feel greasy just from watching him work. What a slimy toad of a man, trying to worm his way into Courtney's pocketbook.
Have you ever been intimate with Mark?
I've never...
Now, whilst I don't believe she has slept with this guy, I do believe there is something that Will wouldn't like.
I love you, Courtney.
I love you too.
Just like a little face go nuts when she's trying to formulate the lie she's looking for.
Will never in a million lifetimes will I...
Next, we've got some Will and Courtney, and it appears that Courtney has been giving Will the silent treatment after he only sent her a few $100 and didn't go or simp over her like this Mark person did. Boo.
Courtney's excuse of not calling or texting me because she's been busy is the biggest load of I've ever heard in my life.
I'll tell you who else has been busy. Boo.
You're mad because somebody else is helping me, but you're not here to help me, so that's ironic.
Well, no, that wouldn't be ironic. If his name was Mr. Helpful and he didn't help, then, that would be ironic. This is what we call in the industry what you deserve. Here's one revelation from the segment. Turns out that Courtney now works as a mechanic of sorts. And because she used to flip cars, as she said, then that totally qualifies to be messing around under your hood. Considering this is a person who didn't know what the flaps on an airplane were called.
Oh, it's a flap thing.
I wouldn't say engineering was a strong point. Will to will what will will, so will lose the will to will. Or won't he? Well.
If Will don't send me any money, I know somebody else will.
And still she tries to pretend that there's nothing going on. Even when Will asks her directly, who is with you right now? She struggles to tell him that she's not by herself. Good job that Mark guy's not around. That would make it a bit awkward.
I'm by myself right now.
Doesn't matter who you're with. Just saying.
Last stop of the day is with Will and Courtney. And when we saw them a moment ago, slimy, snaky, simpy sugar daddy Mark, boo, was trying to make a problem.
I'm by myself right now.
Doesn't matter who you're with.
But did he hear him? Is he as green as he is cabbage looking?
I just heard someone, so you're with somebody.
Come on, man.
Well, you'll be pleased to know that that moment of contemplation led him to find his balls and is not afraid to use them.
Here's the thing. You're not a wife. You're not a wife, and we're breaking up. That's it. No, I don't care.
Listen to me.
I'm not going to listen to you.
Hang up.
I don't care. Hang up.
Yeah, go on, Will. Tell Mark he's a while you're there. Slimy, snaky, but let me tell him. I'll let him know what kind of a low-down, backstabby, simpy incel motherfucker this guy is. He can't get his own woman, so he has to pay some young woman to pretend like she likes him long enough to give her a bitter and disinterested handjob.
Have you and Courtney been intimate?
Do you want to know the truth or not the truth? I can't say that there hasn't been a couple hot moments, you know. We've had our fun.
So, while Will ceremoniously removes the images from the mirror frame and sends them to the trash where she belongs, nasty, dirty, filthy Mark, boo, sees his disgusting way to try and cringe Courtney into submission.
You're more of a woman than I could possibly ever imagine.
But does that slimebag win? Does he get Will's woman? Well, he does, just as long as he's paying. And for all his posturing and snaky activity, he's no closer than he was before.
Yeah, that just would, it can never happen. So.
Other flighty things are over in Portland, where we find Courtney and Will. But of course, Will has been replaced by simpy incel sugar daddy Mark the marriage mangler. Boo!
I can't believe that Will broke up with me.
What a loser.
Couldn't put it better myself.
What a loser.
So after she left jail a second time, it was sugar daddy number one, Danny, the Seed and Seagull fan club, who managed to find her a place to stay.
Danny was able to find me an emergency bed.
Oh yeah, I bet he did. I bet he had to break out the good 18 bed linen for that one. But poor Danny is now just a distant memory, because now it's all about Mark. Boo! Who is creeping his slimy little sleazy way into Courtney's life.
Why don't you just move in with me?
No.
You, my good friend, boo, are a wallet. That's what you are. She's just taking advantage of you until a bigger, larger, prettier wallet shows up, and maybe one that doesn't smell like Old Spice and restraining orders. Then she'll be off. The kicker is, of course, that the one time she actually seemed to quite like the guy, i.e. Will, he went and took all her powers away. But is she forming after Will because, it's Will and he's probably kind of fun, probably has a good future, and also probably doesn't make you cringe with tired old man lines, or a transparent obsession with the contents of her pants, or is it just because she's not used to losing this game? She usually has the power, you see. She usually wins because the men she attracts usually are very weak. Is she yearning for him purely because he's the one who got away? He's not come crawling back like the simps usually do?
Can't live with you, Mark.
What is it that's holding you back?
I know this one. Let's start with this. Your outfit is from a hiking store and is the male equivalent of those women who wear gym clothes to drop off the kids at school. But you know he's not going anywhere near a mountain and they're not going anywhere near a machine.
Hey, where's that machine I was using yesterday?
Right there.
Oh, thanks.
He's also got a soul patch or a flavor saver, which was barely okay in the 90s, unless your name's Chino Marino, who owes me a pair of glasses, by the way, after a stage dive fiasco at Reading Festival in 1998. I still haven't forgotten, And he's also displayed that he has the moral compass of a bonobo monkey by showing that he'll happily betray someone to get what he wants. But like a comic story, she can have all the guys she wants, but won't ever find the love that she needs.
It is upsetting that Courtney has chosen not to live with me. I kind of had my hopes.
No, it's not. It's my favourite part of the story. But should I be so hard on Mark? Boo! He is, after all, a useless simp of a man who probably left a perfectly good wife and kids to pursue fruitless cock teasers.
I can't believe you just said that. It breaks my heart.
Good. No fucks given around here, mister. But if he's not getting her now, he'll happily play the long game and wear her down by making her dependent on him.
My pocket's open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Irritating having to rely on men for money because, they just be out there playing games and
All those games they play, I want something for my money. Yeah, I bet Courtney is totally not playing games. Totally not leading men on for financial gain. Why can't those simps just give her all her money and not want anything in return? What is the world coming to? Needy simps?
It's going to be really hard for her to get rid of me.
And have you noticed that the inmates who are clearly using their partners seem to all turn up with baskets of laundry? Odd. Meanwhile, in Sacramento, Will is just looking forward to getting that marriage behind him.
I'm super ready to be single. I'm just really excited to get this part over with.
Good man. Last trip today is with the second new Will and Courtney. So does this one get to drive with their hand in a lap too? If you notice, they've updated a title card. And it doesn't say mechanic, it says automotive lot attendant, which means valet, doesn't it? They've even updated their location, Wilsonville. And Courtney has quite a unique talent. Even when she's not actually gold digging, she managed to still look like she's gold digging.
I'd like to know how much I can get for this ring.
Yes, indeed. She's now come to see what her prize is for getting married for a whole 6 weeks. She says it's a 2-carat diamond, which, depending on the 4Cs, cut, clarity, certification, and colour, it could range from 13 to 50k or more. Oh, yeah, and she's selling that magnificent coat that she got married in. Delightful.
I'd like to know how much I can get for this ring. I was told that it's 2 carats, so...
Did she look when she walked into the shop? Does this look like the kind of pawn shop that carries 20 large for a diamond ring? Don't even sell diamond rings. Places that do have those sorts of things are the sorts of places that don't usually have a Venmo advert at the desk.
Okay, how much did you want for it?
20k.
$20,000. Okay.
So our delightful pawn lady disappears to check out the hardware before delivering her verdict.
I don't really do clothing, and I don't want the baby cheetah.
Yeah, that's clearly not good enough for Tigard's Pawn for More, right here in Tigard, Oregon. Got to say, though, she was a bit rude, wasn't she?
I don't want the baby cheetah.
Sure, that's not what most people might want to wear, but neither's that 1980s haircut that she's sporting. And I do wonder if she's the blonde woman who's described in this comment. The older blonde woman, there is another word besides woman that I would call her, and it rhymes with itch, at this pawn shop has got to be the rudest, most unprofessional and condescending cretin I've ever dealt with in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, I reckon that's up.
So there's nothing you can do?
For that ring and that coat, no.
What about a moody, toothless lesbian? You can melt her down for glue or something. So when faced with the thought of being slightly poorer than she was a minute ago, she calls the one person who will always pick up the phone. It's not Will, it's not Danny, it's not Mark, boo, it's...
I was wondering if you could help me out with, like, some extra cash.
The only time you call me up is when you need some.
Ah yes, the Bank of Mum. Courtney's not spoken to her since the wedding, didn't bother letting her know that she was out of Dale, and now thinks that she just call her up and ask for money. Well, you know what I think the answer should be? Well, in this case, it's the answer she gets.
But you're really not going to help me?
I can't keep bailing you out all the time, Courtney.
She's just a total loser and user, isn't she? Imagine that ruthless toothless over there is anything other than a revenue stream. To her, people are just paychecks and expendable. Just no real loyalty other to herself and her pockets. So, what does she do?
Yeah, I miss you too. So, I was wondering if you could help me out with some money for rent.
Of course she does. She gets on the phone to another friend who is all too keen to help her out.
It's not my fault that people want to give me money. Like, not a lot of people say no to wanting to be my friend either.
Wow, I mean, how deluded can a person be? Is she something special? Did I miss something? And what do we get for being your friend, aside from poorer? Well, one thing is for sure. She might have been able to play this game using her youthful looks and charm, but by the looks of it, those are abandoning her too, which will leave her where? Alone and unable to cash in on a limited appeal. Will and Courtney. And this week we're going to meet another one of Courtney's friends. And I'm sure Courtney currently holds the record for the most friends in the show. Previous contenders have included Discount Keira Knightley, who had Lippy, Drippy and Jeffrey Dahmer. But that took a couple of seasons. Courtney here has had Bashful, Dopey, Sleazy and now Grumpy in just over a season and a half. Good job. So, whose turn is it next? We've got Sleepy, Happy and Dog left. Place your bets.
Hi.
Hi, Courtney.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Come on in.
Hold on to your pants, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe this is what some people call a normal person. I know, in Lalu too. Let's see what we can gather from a few seconds of clips, shall we?
Wow, this is a nice house you have.
Thank you.
Well, she's into natural woods and colours, yet the decor is precise, minimal and functional. That tells us she values stability, nature and emotional honesty. Wood grain, linen and stone textures suggest somebody who's tactile and finds overstimulation draining. The eco-conscientious or heritage-oriented motifs could indicate that she has environmental values or a nostalgic connection to tradition and ancestral aesthetics. She has what you could call controlled expression, high conscientiousness, thinking order, discipline and intentionality. Her minimalism can be a buffer against the chaos, both external and internal. It's not just aesthetic, it's psychological armor. And this sort of minimal identity through absence idea suggests someone who defines themselves more by what they don't need than what they do. So, in summary, Tasha here is a quiet perfectionist in a deep inner wealth, someone who seeks serenity through structure, possibly introverted but not withdrawn, just selective about what and who enters her space. And then it's Courtney. Yeah. She dresses all in black, which I initially thought might head towards a darker theology. But then she's got this cheesy bless this house sign, and a name that means God's messenger. So she's either Christian, as styled by Anne Robinson, or she's a cultist. And we're all about to get offered a glass of organic diet free-range Kool-Aid. Her lifted cat-like and smoky black makeup suggests elegance with edge. Her makeup isn't to conceal, it's to narrate. She's a controlled provocateur, playing with your perception but keeping her core private. Like her tattoos here, revealed in personal moments. However, her natural lip suggests honesty, openness, and a desire to be seen beyond the mask. I would also suggest that she's harbouring an internal sadness, perhaps the loss of a loved one. And her environmental order is a way of coping with chaotic trauma. Oh yeah, and she likes cats, but not the chaos. Hence her cat stuff is off the floor and delightfully mounted. Cool, so that's Taché. No point in meeting her now, I guess we already read her wallpaper. But it's not all about analysing Taché's internal structures. No. Today, Courtney has come to show us how not to do the crucial first 7 seconds of a meeting with somebody. First of all, do remember to always look very nervous and slightly shifty.
Mark told me a lot about you.
Uh-oh. I hope she won't be expecting to fondle Courtney's lap for a fistful of cash too. She'll be like, look, I'm currently seeing Darlene. So, send me the money, I'll see what I can do.
Hopefully nothing bad.
All good things, don't worry.
Okay, good.
Now the phrase, they've told me a lot about you, gives you a number of options. You could go with the human default response, number 1, not all bad, I hope, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. But why not cheer up those awkward impersonal moments with something unexpected? Fantastic, that saves me the trouble of acting normal. Or maybe something more spicy. Then you'll know I'm a handful, or 2, depending on your mood.
Hopefully nothing bad.
All good things, don't worry.
The most guilty sentence ever committed to guilt vision, and tried before the court of looking slightly sheepish. And I think Taché has spotted it too, as she looks a little bit surprised at how bad that answer was. Taché gets it though, we know she does. We've already analysed that this is probably something she will do. But that's enough face and furniture frolics. Courtney gets a super duper important call. Hello there, it's Dr. Lukan. I was looking for Courtney. Is that you?
Hi.
So, I'm calling from your doctor's office, and we're concerned that your sugar daddy levels may be giving you diabetes.
Wow, dude. Wow.
I know, it's shocking news, and please don't call me dude. So, we'd like to send you to a boot camp. At camp, Wish I Got a Prenup. We just need you to fill out a couple of forms.
Okay, well, I'm not worried about signing any papers right now.
Oh, go on, it'll be like 6 weeks. You can bring your own pillow and stuff, and don't worry, we'll get you off that nasty simp habit that you have there. Boo.
First thing I'm worried about...
Look, don't worry about anything. Someone will feed you simps while you're away. You have no need to be concerned.
You lied to me.
Are you still on about that? I just said you may as well go and date the Michelin Man because he was old, rich, single, and his rings were real. I didn't mean you should go and try and milk his wallet.
I thought that ring was real.
It's a man made out of fucking tyres. I mean, what did you expect? I wonder if he's got a little miniature tyre for his bumhole.
It was fake, so...
Well, what did you think was... Look, you just have to stop with the sugar daddies or your hoo-ha's going to resemble a punched lasagna. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
And that's just... ridiculous.
Well, it's not really, if you don't stop what you're doing. Incidentally, you didn't go looking for that donut man that we spoke about too, did you? Courtney, did you? You know he's fresh out of rehab. Courtney? And can you believe that? They actually put this pillow on the top. What is all that? That's a bit dodgy. But why would you put that one on the top? You'd at least put the nice pillows in front of it, or at least throw it in the trash where it belongs, clearly. Now I'm very concerned about that duvet. Break out the old blue light, let it look like someone blew up a rave. Anyway, what actually happened was that Will told her that he wants to get a divorce. She's not quite sure how to milk it best, so is unwilling to sign anything at the moment, and Will drove off in a huff. Oh, we saw some nasty pillows. It's this sort of attention to detail that you came for, really, isn't it? Yes, and I do hope you've liked and subscribed too. Yes, thank you very much. Also, that hype thing. It's free and helps your favourite creators stand out, so if you wouldn't mind, that would be delightful. Back over to Sacramento. Mark, Mac, Danny, Taché, Will and Courtney. Did you know the word Sacramento comes from the Spanish for oath, sacramentum? And one man is looking to annul an oath of his own is Will, who's trying to serve Courtney with divorce papers. And after initially shutting the door in his face, she then heads outside. But Will's made a fatal error. He's shown her that he's desperate for her to sign the papers, and she may not be an expert at marriage. But there is one thing she is an expert at, is desperate men. So, realising she now has the power back, she tears up the papers.
I got multiples, that's okay.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's so petty of me, I know, but, yeah, I'm just doing it out of spite, because I'm mad, Will, you know?
Then there it is, spite. She stands to gain nothing either way, but I sure bet she'll try and monetize it. Give me my rent and I'll sign, for example, or, pay me a couple of $100 a month and it's all yours. Yep, now I can picture that quite easily.
Who have you been sleeping with?
What?
I know, outrageous. I mean, suggesting you might have slept with a guy who said things happen. Boop. That the girl she was kissing last week. I mean, really? I mean, what kind of girl do you think she is? Well, I think you're a... But now, there's a trip to Portland on their itinerary. And we're paying a little visit to happily newlyweds Will and Courtney. That's quite romantical, really. They're expressing passions as the rain paints the scene, like two star-crossed lovers finding eternal love in the embrace of chaos and war. Except because, it's sort of Will and Courtney. So unless the Black Pearl was the check for the rent, I don't think she'll be sailing on his stranger tide anytime soon.
I came to Portland to watch you get out of prison for the first time in 2 years.
Fake! That was fake! He's fake! I'm a little busy at the moment!
But no matter what he says, like bringing up Mark, boo, for example.
You have Mark here the entire time. This whole...
Mark is my friend.
Courtney just brings it back to the same old thing, that then gives acting a go.
He found me a place to live.
Did that remind anybody else of sort of something familiar?
He found me a place to live.
My dog stepped on a bee. We went.
But no matter what, Courtney is using the fake ring angle as a defense against everything that Will says.
That was fake! He's fake!
Give me break.
Oh, he's still singing that song. I mean, it's all getting a bit old for me.
He's not the guy who gave me the ring.
That was fake! He's fake! He gives me rides! That was fake! He's fake! He gives me money! That was fake! He's fake!
He found me a place to live.
Hold on.
She's got lashes long as lawsuits and her purse is never light. Swipe your card for conversation or she ghosts you out of spite. She's got 5 sugar daddies, she's got 2 on retainer. She got 1 for the rent and the rest to entertain her. She got Gucci and sushi, you never touch a cushy. She got daddies, they're running up a ratty. She got Prada and drama, and ghosting like Obama. One more thing.
He's not the guy who gave me the ring.
That was fake! He's fake! He gives me rides! Fake! He's fake! He gives me money! Fake! He's fake!
He found me a place to live.
Hold on.
So anyway, I think I might have got a little bit distracted. What was I saying? Courtney clearly feels the pain that Will is carrying and displays a unique brand of empathy.
If she really loved me, then she hurts like I do too. Damn.
Over to Portland, Oregon, or Oregon, as I believe you pronounce it, to see what's occurring with Will and Courtney. Today, Will is on a mission to get Courtney to sign the divorce papers.
I think my biggest disappointment in all this is the fact that I saw a future with Courtney.
To me, the biggest disappointment would be being replaced by this dickhead. Boo! I think Will's alright, He seems like he's got a sense of humour and half-decent career. He's not unattractive, I guess.
I mean, I saw my whole life in her eyes.
And there I was, thinking he'll do just fine without her. And then he pulls out the socks. Oh no, those are long socks. Not cool stripy long socks like mine. Those are the kind of old man pull 'em up to the knee kind of socks. The kind of socks 50-year-old white tourists wear with sandals. No, don't go putting them all way up. Don't tell me you're one of it. Oh, good. He folded instead of extended. Well done, Will. You had me worried there for a second, son. We'll be back to see what happens to Will, his socks, and whether that top that Courtney's chosen will do all the heavy lifting for her. Last stop today is with Will and Courtney. And Courtney's got the girls out to make sure he knows what he's missing. Keep your eyes to yourself, Will. Don't be swayed by the swingers. Keep your head and get her to sign those papers. But as soon as they meet, it's fisticuffs o'clock, and Courtney goes straight for an insult.
Why would I be married to somebody like you?
Why would I be married to somebody who, sent me money, wouldn't take my shit, treated me with courtesy and honesty? Yeah, no wonder it took like a year to complete that sentence.
Like you.
So, because she's totally mature like that, Courtney drags the ring through the mud as one last F.U. to Will, and gives it to him along with the signed papers.
That's actually a really good symbol for you and our relationship. Your diamond.
I like Will. He takes all the stupid stuff she says, trying to emasculate him, calling him out for being a bitch, and he just takes it like a real man does. No anger, no threats, just calm and measured.
Such a loser, Will.
Yeah. Have a good life.
Yeah, bye.
He doesn't even want to communicate with her during the closing interview. And when the producer asks what it was that was said that caused so much turmoil, neither of them want to go there, and Courtney proves why Will is best off without her.
It's an exercise in futility for us to talk about things that won't...
Exercise?
Does he think he wants to do some fucking jumping jacks or something? Does she think he's going to whip out his Peloton and start bashing out a few Ks?
Oh, let's do some exercise. No.
I was agreeing with you.
Okay.
I was...
I know. Yeah, I know. But you know what they say about leopards and spots and all that? Is Courtney didn't just appear here as if by magic in the car park. So how did she get there? Was it Mark, Mac, Danny?
They dropped you off.
I just had a friend drop me off at interviews today.
She got a lift. Yes, a lift from a friend. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're a skank.
Next to get under starters orders are Will and Courtney, who are just stopping by on their way to the final interview together in this delightful Airbnb, which sort of looks like it's had a door smashed in a few times. Bit like Courtney, apparently. Will is currently pretending not to totally be in love with Courtney, particularly as she had a rather personal Uberer.
Courtney just pulled up with her new dude, which is just lightning fast. I don't understand why that just happened like that.
Well, as the coolest man ever named Harold would say, yes, indeed. If that duck-shaped thing is busy quacking and waddling around, don't be surprised if it lays an egg. Or a sugar daddy, whichever has the most cash. Oh, and I've got to go back to Harold Melvin quickly. I mean, his parents didn't do him any favours, did he? With a surname Melvin, you know you're going to have problems at school. Maybe they thought if they gave him a first name like Harold, they'd take the focus away from his surname. So, problem solved. Also got to shout out to his band, the Blue Notes, in the background. We've got note number 1, Bum Note. He got the pink outfit. Delightful. That's like being in Kiss and having to be the cat guy. But that face says, yeah, I might be hung like a squirrel, but I can still smoulder in my pink outfit. Then we've got Peekaboo Note, who has his nipple out. Just the one, though, because, it might look silly if you have them both out. Then we've got Harold. Ah, how handsome he is. Good job to you. And then this one. Oh, what's that? That must be Franken Note. Did you ever wonder what the bad guy from Sporticus did before he went full-time villainy? And then we've got Uncle Note, who has a mightily suspicious hairline. What if there's a bit of turf on the pitch? And there they are. Well, that's a cacophony of pastel going on there, isn't it? Well, those trousers are so tight, you can see everyone's cacophonies pretty well. Harold's a lefty, apparently. So they're just here setting the scene for now, so that Courtney can force out a fake laugh. Will seems like he's even more cut up about the whole thing than he was before. But why? I hope he hasn't gone and slept with her again. I mean, that would be pretty annoying.
The other day. I should have just had a beer and spanked my and went to bed, bro. This is crazy.
Why, I order. Back over to Portland we saunter to see what's left of Will and Courtney. And so what's the answer to Will's question? Did she or didn't she?
As soon as Will broke up with me, one of the first things I did was went and slept with somebody else because I was so mad.
Notice it's all about when Will did this or Will did that, handily forgetting that she had ghosted him, carried on with her sugar daddies, and told him he was less of a man because he didn't give her loads of money. But no, when Will dumped her, it made her do all the bad stuff. But no, it's his fault because when he left her, after having enough of being ignored, it made her do bad things.
And if I wasn't doing that, then I was gonna go do some stuff.
Yeah, well, if you'd have just coughed up like a good little boy, none of this would have happened. In fact, your selfish actions could have caused her to do even crazier stuff. You didn't think about that now, did you?
You would just hit me up whenever it was convenient to you. That was the only time I heard from you was when it was convenient to you.
And so Courtney continues to try and assign all, if not most, of the blame to Will, even when he asked why she stopped talking to him. She's not totally to blame, She was totally, busy and stuff.
Because I'm probably busy.
I'm taking care of a dying parent, building an app, working full-time hospital, and still managed to hit you up anytime you texted me back. So yeah, dude, we're all busy.
Now, here's where big brain Courtney goes for a gotcha moment. She's been looking for a decent way to blame the thing he's blaming on her back on him, and she thinks she's found it this time.
Until it finally became clear that you were never going to make the time for me, and then yeah, I backed the hell off.
Are you trying to tell me right now that you stopped putting in effort too?
Oh, well now you, me, Will, and the rest of the population with an IQ over 60 can all see that little trap set by Professor Courtney. Luckily, Will's smart enough to know that the kind of wrong answer is yes, because that's what she's hoping he'll say. But he's not going to say no, because that wouldn't be true. And while she took his dignity, she couldn't get his integrity.
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
Wow. We have a hypocrite here.
Yeah, that's not like how that works. Never mind.
No, Courtney, that's not hypocritical.
Yes, it is. You can't dog on me for not talking and then you stop talking.
And so that's the end of Will and Courtney. Man, this guy, boo. From whirlwind engagement to tornado divorce, It's been a story with more characters and criminal charges, and at one point, perhaps even looked like a viable relationship. But for Courtney, her desire for money is greater than her desire for intimacy. Sex, for her, is a tool to collect gains or make statements. It's a commodity that she promotes to men with money, but they rarely get to touch the product. But for Will, it was a self-confessed delusional love chase.
You know what?
No one cares.
Time to head back to Sacramento to the divorce.
Good luck to you, Will. Will's dating, so is Courtney. And Courtney is now pregnant with this man's baby, so hold on for more of that story soon. Thank you so much for joining me for this long-form stroll for the remnants of Season 6. I hope you'll be along for more from the world of offbeat reality TV news and reviews. Huge thanks for all your support, and I'll see you soon. So if you like what I do, then please do like, subscribe, and check out one of these little beauties. So until we meet again, stay beautiful, love to my 3, and you take care of yourself.
Please subscribe now for our class. Thank you.